Oh, hey guys, this is my tutorial video to how to play If I Stand, Jars of Clay's version of it. I think I can't remember the original key that Rich Mullins did it in, if it was in C or G. If it's in G, this is nice because all you have to do is capo on the 4th fret to get the Jars of Clay's key, if you want to do it in their key. Or you can slide the capo wherever up or down the guitar to play it in a key that works best for whoever's singing it. The key of G is, I guess, on guitar. It's pretty friendly for people who use capos. So anyway, let's start in on it. Here's the intro. I only charted those chords happening twice. I don't remember how many times they actually happened in the recording. Sorry. Got a chart in front of me, and hopefully it's correct. And then we're going into the verse. But first, for the intro, the chords are, and I just let these two fingers up, and I'm muting my A string. So. Going into the verse. There's more rises in the morning than the sun. Shines in the night just the moon. It's more than just this. This is fire that keeps me warm. In the shelter, in a shelter that is larger than this room. So yeah, there's your, so it's like a G to a D to another G to another D. And one thing you can do with the D chord is include that F sharp. So a D with an F sharp in the bass. So if you can get to yourself to the point where you can go while covering that F sharp instead of just doing a plain old D chord, which is fine if you have a bass player who's going or whatever the bass player is going to do there to make sure that those bass notes are represented in the song. So we just look at that was more than rising sun, more that shines in the night. Now technically it's a, which is obviously hard for me to play considering what I'm doing here. It's a really messy version of a B suspended to a B, and to a C. So to a C2. To an A minor 7, to a and then what I labeled, that was the first verse, and then what I labeled the pre-chorus. There's a loyalty that's deeper than your sentiment, and higher than the souls that I can see. Whoops. Stuff the verse competes for the allegiance. I owe only to the giver of good things. So we're basically doing what we did in the verse with the chord progression. If you can't do the bar, if that's hard for you, if you haven't, eventually one day it won't be so hard for me. Looks like I could practice harder and get it. But if you want, just do a B suspended. Just throughout the what would be the B suspended to the B, just something like that, to make that transition a little smoother for those who struggle with bar chords. And so anyway, going on to the first chorus. So if I stay, let me stand on the promise that you'll pull me through. If I can't, let me fall on the grace that first brought me to you. If I sing, let me sing for the joy that is born in these souls. If I weep, let it be as a man who is longing for his home. And we're going into a verse. Kind of using the philosophy I used on the Love Song for a Savior with the with the whole, most of the time those fingers are there throughout the chord changes. So the like first brought me to you, the I'm doing that mute, my famous muting technique. My A string's muted, then the C, and this finger's reaching up enough into the low E to mute it. So then I'm letting it ring on that E minor, all 6 strings, and then the middle finger's resting between the E and the A to mute them. And you could just do some, if those chords are too different for you, you can go the only thing I'm doing on that D chord is reaching up with my pinky to mute the E and A, so they're not, or just practice not hitting the E and A and go to the point where you're automatically doing it correctly, and that's harder and that takes more time, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And then we have another verse which let's see here. There's more than dances on the prairies in the wind, and the chord progression is the same as the first verse. I don't think anything really changes at all. There's more than dances. Okay, there's more than dances on the prairies than the wind. Waltzes in the ocean and the tide. Back to there's the pre-chorus. There's a loyalty that's deeper. There's a loyalty that's deeper than your sentiment. The music higher than the songs that I can sing. The stuff of earth competes for the allegiance. I cannot screw up that chord. Only to the giver of good things. So we're going into another chorus. So if I stand on the promise that you'll hold me through. One thing I should note is try to get that A string muted when you switch from the A7 to the D suspended. I'm kind of letting it ring and letting that shouldn't be ringing. So I have to, get some kind of thing so I can, let's see, what could I do there to make that work? Let's see. So if I stand on the promise that you'll pull me through. Okay, so when I get to the D suspended, I'm reaching up with my middle finger to mute the E and A. And then I'm going on. If I give people grace, there's some kind of if I can't. Kind of just really a quick boom and then going back, which may or may be agreeable to you. I don't know, may or may not. So the grace. It's kind of easier to mute what needs muting if you're doing the whole time. So like if I stand and it goes on. Ross me, okay. And if I sing, let me sing for the joy that is born to be sung. If I weep, let it be as a man who is longing for his home. There's a acapella part, and just so if I stand, let me stand on the promise that you will pull me through. Ooh, 2, 3, and if I can't, let me fall on the grace that brought me to you. So yeah, just pay attention to all those little mutings if you're into that. But yeah, that's basically it. There it is. Keep learning, guys.